Thanks very much for chatting to us. I think we're just doing this documentary about the Dungarvan and the square up in Dungarvan. Do you remember when the horses used to be up there?
The square in Dungarvan, I can well, yeah. It was a mighty fair, so it was a mighty big. So obviously, I suppose with the change in times, you know, the having the square was up, but it was a mighty fair then she go back in the day.
And what was your earliest memory of it when you were a child?
When I was a small lad, yeah. When I was a small lad, so we'd have a few ponies in it. You know, you'd have ponies for lads, bring them in there, like, it was always great trade. It was a kind of a great tradition. It was there for years and years, but you know, the same as all the fairs.
And would you know what to do? Like if you were bringing ponies in, would you know how to sell them and all that kind of stuff?
You'd only be just like the person that owned them would always come along with the selling. You'd just be there with the pony to hold them in mind.
Okay, so you'd be getting a few bob for mine.
Yeah, that'd be your day out in like.
And the pubs in the square always did fairly well the day fair day.
So it was a mighty day for the town. It was a mighty day.
Having a drink after doing a deal was very much part of it.
Yeah, it was. That was the big part of it. It was a great day out for everyone. That was the tradition. It was the same as the fair day with the cattle and everything. So it was a mighty day out. You know.
Is there a difference now in the quality of the horses that you'd have at a fair here, say, as opposed to what you'd have seen in the square years ago?
Yeah, you would, but I suppose going back then there was a pile of hunters, you see. Kind of hunters not as, I suppose, not as popular as it was, but you still have a good few. But it'd be a different type of animal now,
So there'll be a lot of hunters then?
They would, yeah. You know, you wouldn't have as many coloured animals going back in that time, you know what I mean? You would have now.
And how did you get into all that?
Well, so my father was into horses all his life. He hunted the hounds. We had a Dungarvan. He hunted the Dungarvan hounds for years and years. That's how we just got into ponies. We always had a few ponies. And as my own family grew then, we always had ponies as well. You know what I mean? We have horses all our life.
And the next generation coming again?
Well, we still have them. One of the lads is a jockey, a race rides. There was two of them. One of them got badly injured. He still had horses, but he's not race rides. I suppose that kind of pedigree, the fellow said it, we're always at it, you know, we're always
in the blood.
And the other way, you know, in England now they can't do the hunt anymore. Is there any talk about that in Ireland, or is it?
Well, I suppose it's coming under a little bit of pressure as well. You know, there's a lot of anti-blood sport and all that, but mostly in England now it's gone down. They just lay a scent. They don't actually, they don't hunt the live fox anymore. But I suppose that's what will come in here. I suppose in time again.
And would you ever be involved in horses from competitions and all that, or would you?
We have pint of pinters, yeah.
Okay.
We pint a pint every Sunday, like we. My own young Paul now, he's training. A few pint of pinters. We pint a pint every Sunday. You know, we do the cock circuit. You know, we do the whole year.
And would you be laying money on the horses and all that kind of stuff?
An odd time, yeah. So we had a fairly good one, but we had to get the good one. We had the good one. Yeah, we had a good meal last and now she won 4, like. You know. It had a nice end. It's hard to. Pint of pints are very competitive now because the money has gone big and the big lads have to move into it. You know.
And what's the best kind of odds you get at a pint of pint?
It all depends on the animal you get. It all depends on what other horses be backed in the race. You get 8 or 10 to 1 the horse.
Would you?
First time out now, you would.
And then if you have the inside information, obviously.
Oh yeah, but you already know about your own. You won't know about the rest of it. You know, that's the thing.
That's the real gamble.
That's what makes it tricky. That's what makes it called gambling. Like you have 1 chance, so the bookie have 15 chances. Like you know, if there's 15 runners, like you have 1 chance, like he has 15 chances. You know, and you know yourself you could fall or trip, but that could happen. You know yourself.
And did you ever have a horse that went up into like the serious racing?
Well, we'd have them sold by then, like.
Okay, you know, but did you ever follow what happened to them?
Yeah, we had a horse called Patsy's Castle. We won 2 of them. He's after winning 6 in England.
Go away.
We had a couple of handy horses. Yeah, they'd have to go. Any horse we had now were lucky they all won.
So you'd be good at starting them off. Getting them into it.
Yeah, Pint of Pints is a great starting ground, you know, it's a great ground just to get them going.
So that's where they get snapped up then, that's where they're spotted?
Yeah, most of them, the majority will go to England, like, there's mighty trade in England for the horse. England's a fine big country, you know what I mean, there's a lot more race in England, so there's a lot more Pint of Pints and race. You have 4, 5, 6 meetings in England every day, like, where you might have only 1 or 2 meetings a week in Ireland, you know what I mean?
Practically every horse is Irish bred.
Most of that.
And would you ever go to the races here in Ireland, the actual races?
That time, yeah. But mostly just the Pint of Pints or something.
And are you based in Dungarvan or outside Dungarvan?
But just 4 miles outside Dungarvan.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is there good interest around the area for horses?
Unreal. Yeah, unreal. Oh, Jenny, there's a pile of Pint of Pints around the area. There is a pile of them. So young Jock Kiely now, so he's flying this year. He's after He'd after training and riding 18 minutes. He trained him and rode him himself, like.
And is he local lad?
Yeah. Tom Kiely, his brother, so was
Lord Franklin.
Lord Franklin in England, like. Oh, dear, around here now, I'm sure you, Jock Kiely, just out the road. Had Duffy. Does it? His steeped in horses, like. You know, every second person has some involvement in the pint or some involvement. Like, but when the building thing was going, you had a pile of syndicates. They're kind of gone now. They're coming back a small bit again. You know, you had a pile of syndicates. You know, lads.
Yeah, putting a few bob each week.
Yeah. But like when the
economy turned, yeah.
Turned a bit, it kind of dried up. But it's picking up a small bit again now. You have a bit of interest. We have a couple of lads now looking for horses. A couple of, you know, they're interested to get into it again. You know, it's a cheap way to go, and you have another day out. You know.
Yeah, no, it's an interest. Yeah.
Yeah.
And come here then. This today now are you here to buy, or are you selling, or what are you doing?
We're just out of an interest just to see what here we're all the lads are going to own now. I bought ponies here back in the years when the lads were young. I bought a pony off Diddy Bryan, and he turned out to be a fantastic pony.
Cool.
Yeah. Turned out to be a fantastic pony.
So would you have your eye open today?
If I saw a nice pony, I'd still buy. But the lads are going too old now to ride them, so the interest is kind of. You know, you'd want young lads to ride ponies, to have ponies, you know, to make them.
And how much kind of would you be spending on a pony?
Like the cheapest you get maybe 1,000 or 1,200. You could pay anything up to. I often get 4,000 to 5,000 for a pony.
Wow.
Yeah. You know, proper ponies, like, you know.
And would this be a good market today now in general? Or?
I suppose yes. I see Miley Castle's after buying 36 of them. With the big articulated structure to school. Oh, if you have the article, there's no problem for them. The same as that, if you have the article.
Good quality.
Yeah, there's plenty of customers. Plenty of customers.
And would most stuff be sold today?
A lot of it would. I don't know would all of it be sold now. But a lot of it would, I'd say, yeah. A lot of it would, I'd say.
When you buyers like cash, you're
yes.
You're halfway there.
So we were back in Clifton now on Saturday. There was a Connemara sale there. And Jim Derwin was there with an articulated truck again and filled it up to the top. There's obviously big demand for them, so they wouldn't be mining money for. There is big demand for them. You know, they must have outlets for them to be mining on to their mining.
And what did you just can I ask you about yourself? What do you do? What's your living?
I have a garage, tyre centre. Yeah.
So you're a mechanic?
Yeah.
Okay. It's a funny combination, horses and cars, isn't it?
Yeah, sure, even where I have the garage now, that's where my father-in-law had the horses. That's where he kept the horses, like, in town. Just up in the town.
And come here, was there a local blacksmith in Dungarvan?
Oh, there was plenty of them, Paddy Quinn and John, Paddy Quinn and John. My own son is a blacksmith.
Okay.
Tom, the eldest.
Because in a way, I think there's a link between your trade as a mechanic and blacksmiths, because in the old days there was no cars.
No.
So the blacksmith was like the guy that kept the horses going.
It was, yeah.
So it's kind of interesting.
There's something kind of like it.
But getting back to the square, like, I mean, the hunt would have had a meeting in the square, wouldn't it? It would have.
But the opening meet every year was in the square.
Yeah.
What date?
November.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
So it was late and.
Yeah. I can remember that being just sort of the old photographs you'd see just outside the Enterprise. All the horses would be assembled there, wouldn't they? Back in the time.
And they'd set off from there.
Yeah.
And would they end up back there?
No.
Okay.
That'd be just the opening meet, the first day of the year, and that'd be after that then they'd be meet. They used to have a few lawn meets. Remember they used to have a lawn meet at Mrs. Denny's and a couple of them, you know.
And was the hunt, like, was it very much a country thing, or was it the townies involved as well?
Oh gee, going back in that time, you had farmers involved in it, you had townies, you had solicitors, doctors, whoever. You know, you had a mighty mixture of, everyone was kind of involved with it. You know, it's different.
In England, it seemed more of an upper class kind of pursuit, whereas in Ireland it was more general, wasn't it? It was more equal as well.
Yeah. But just kind of, as you said, putting it up now.
Yeah, but the landlord had the hounds on, like somebody had the hounds. Like, usually somebody with the money had the.
Yeah. Well, all the clubs now, they're all kind of they run a few. They run sponsor days and different things to raise the funds to keep. Like that's all. It's all, and so whatever membership has got out of it, they keep it going. But The only big problem now you see is the countryside. You know, so they have to be developed. Like we see the covers and all that where they could try before. They all have to be reclaimed now, and they're all into good land and they're all into paddocks. Before you could travel all the country, but you see with electric fences and paddocks now, it's gone very hard. Land, as you know yourself, is way more valuable and there's not as much rough land and all. You know, that was here years ago. That's all developed now, which is all. You know, it's better land.
So getting good land to hunt on is becoming more scarce.
The places are hard to get now. You know, to the places. And the covers, even the whole of the fox you see on there, the pilot are all gone. You know.